We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Mallory Chapman Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head softball coach Mallory Chapman. And Mal, you guys go 1-3 this weekend, get your first Mountain East Conference win under your belt. How big was that for the girls to get that first conference win out of the way?
I think it just showed them that, we're able to go out there and succeed. And I think in the fashion that we did it in, a walk-off grand slam, that just kind of lit a fire under them, and I think they're going to carry that in through the rest of the season. And
looking at that moment, talk a little bit about that grand slam. You go to Tatiana Tofahima off the bench, she gets it done. Talk about that whole moment and kind of what it was like.
I remember in the huddle before we went out, after they came off the field for defense, obviously, bottom of the seventh, and I just told them, this is the moment that you want to be in. This is the moment that every athlete wishes for. Bottom of the seventh, what are you going to do with that opportunity? And every single one of them came up and did their job, and then the situation arose, bases loaded, no outs, and I looked down at my lineup card, and something just told me to put Tassie in. And so, she stepped in the box, and I knew after her first two pitches that something really good was going to happen because she just had that aura and confidence that, she was meant to be there in that moment. And she just one swing, and that ball went over the fence, and I blacked out after that.
And then you come back on Saturday in the second game and play two really close games with the defending MEC champs in Charleston. Talk about that and kind of how you were able to compete with them.
We were so competitive, and I can't say enough good things about our team. While we didn't get the wins, I think that we learned a lot about our grit and just how to fight. First game, we went down, we came back, took the lead, then, unfortunately lost game one, and then game two, we came out hot again. Madison K coming up big with a home run, Kaylin Shields with a home run that day as well. So we're finding ways to fight and keep ourselves in the ball game. And I think the biggest conversation that we had after that Charleston doubleheader was that we just now have to find a way to finish. We're doing all the right things, we're making all the right decisions, but when it comes down to crunch time, we just have to find a way to push that little extra bit and finish.
And a couple of infielders in the middle of your lineup who are having really good games so far. Kiki Warwick's had a big week, and then Madison K in that second game goes 4 for 4. Talk about those two and kind of how they're kind of anchoring the lineup.
Yeah, Kiki I wouldn't say was struggling, the past couple of weeks, but I just don't think she was finding her barrel at the plate. And I think this week she really found it, and, she started to light the ball up, putting balls in play and really, really making good things happen for our offense. And then, defensively, she's solid out there for us as well. Just a leader on the field, and there's, that's Kiki's personality. And then Madison K, we have plugged her in a few times this season, and then, again, something told us, we gotta get Madison's bat in the lineup, and she came up big in that situation, a home run to start it off, and then solid hits, went 4 for 4. So her stepping up big for us in that situation is huge for our lineup because, we know that we need to produce runs offensively to win games, and I think this weekend showed us that we're able to do that.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head softball coach Mallory Chapman. And Mal, it's been a long stretch at home for you guys after being on the road so much in the beginning of the year. You have all three doubleheaders at home this week. Talk about that comfort level playing at the JB Chambers I-470 complex.
Yeah, we were road warriors in the beginning of the season, and we were ready for it. And I think, truthfully, that's what helped prepare us for this homestand schedule that we have. There's nothing like being at home, playing on the field that you get to practice on every day. I always tell the girls, defend your home field. This place like the back of your hand, so you just have to go out there and protect your home field. And I think that they've done a good job of that. But like I said, we just got to find a way to push a little bit more.
And you kick off the week, obviously big rivalry game against West Liberty here on Tuesday. Talk about that matchup and kind of what you're seeing from the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it's always a good day when you get to play West Liberty, rivals 15 minutes up the road. I just think that, it's 2 more games that we've got to take care of business, and that's how we have to look at it. Yes, there's a little extra chips on the table because of who it is, but at the same time, it's another team that we have to go out and play our best ball against to hopefully bring back 2 wins.
And finally, talk about how you keep building off the momentum this weekend. The girls seem to be getting more confident, showing that win with the Grand Slam. How do you continue to build off that confidence as you go on?
I think that the biggest thing that has helped our girls is just talking about being in the moment and being present in the moment. Sometimes I think, especially in the game of softball, it's really easy to kind of think about, innings down the road or, what's coming next. And I think just living in the moment, being present and doing your job in that moment is what has helped these girls succeed. And I think as long as they take things one pitch at a time, one play at a time, and just work through it that way, that they're going to be okay.
Thanks, Mal. Good luck this week. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Zach.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.